Brother lads, welcome back to Cossy Podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's time to talk about Aaron Ramsdale. So Robin van Persie said that Aaron Ramsdale is not the goalkeeper that will bring glory to Arsenal, and Arsenal will not win major trophies with Ramsdale in goal. He doesn't trust him, and he thinks that he's not the goalkeeper that will take Arsenal to glory. He's not a good goalkeeper. That is his definition of Aaron Ramsdale. He says Aaron Ramsdale is not the goalkeeper that Arsenal need, and Arsenal cannot win anything with Ramsdale in goal. Mark Goldbridge, on his show on the TalkSport radio, he actually came out and said that Ramsdale is actually a very good goalkeeper, but is very similar to David De Gea, and is actually not a modern goalkeeper. So he doesn't see him in the caliber of Alisson, Ederson, and the likes of Onana. We need to have a conversation about Aaron Ramsdale, because as we criticize all the people coming out and attacking him, we have actually received news that Arsenal are trying to sign a more better ball-playing goalkeeper in David Raya. And although all Arsenal fans are out there, including myself, defending Aaron Ramsdale and saying David Raya is going to be a second goalkeeper to Ramsdale, there is little proof to show that, because when you compare the two players in terms of statistics on Opsa Analytics, it is actually, David Raya who is the better goalkeeper in terms of save percentage and also ball playing abilities. Is Aaron Ramsdale too comfortable as an Arsenal number one? Is Aaron Ramsdale not the goalkeeper we thought he was going to be? I want you to hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well, and in the comment section, we're going to do one thing, okay? So we are doing Ramsdale keep or sell. As simple as that, right? Keep or sell. So if you want him kept, just write keep in the comment section. I want to keep track. And if you want him sold, just type sell. Also, we are discussing the future of Arsenal's number one, who starts for us if we sign David Raya. So I want you to go in the comment section about Aaron Ramsdale, right? You're going to type keep or drop. So if you want him to stay at Arsenal but drop from the starting 11, type drop. If you want him to be kept, in the club, in the squad, still kept in the starting 11, just write keep. If you want him dropped and sold, just write sell. Write just that. Now, I'm actually very, very fascinated by what is coming out of, the footballing fraternity. Starting off with Mark Goldbridge. Mark Goldbridge said that Mikel Arteta has now actually seen that Ramsdale is not a ball-playing goalkeeper. He's not a modern goalkeeper, and he's actually in the caliber of Pickford. He's in the caliber of David De Gea, and he's in the caliber of players and of goalkeepers like Brad Fido. So what he's actually saying is Ramsdale is not your Alisson prodigy. He's not your Unai Simon. He's not your Victor Valdez. He's not your Ederson. Robin van Persie also came out and said that Ramsdale is not the goalkeeper Arsenal will need to win major silverware. Now, in the context of Robin van Persie, he literally didn't mean playing out from the back. He actually meant Ramsdale and the mistakes that he was actually committing every now and again. So you remember the Southampton mistake where the game ended 3-3. You remember the Brentford mistake where he literally goes to pick the ball at a range where he was never going to get there, and it ends 1-1. And also that Roberto Firmino header, where I don't understand when Trent brings in the cross where he's actually going. That should be very comfortable for Ramsdale. So is Ramsdale too mistake prone? Is he making too many mistakes, costing the team? Is Aaron Ramsdale not as good as we anticipated? And do we need a number one? That is what we're going to be talking about in this video. Now, to start off the conversation, sorry for that. I just don't know how it came on the screen. This is DT. DT is one of those big ex-AFTV Arsenal fans and whatever. So he's come out and said and reacted to Arsenal wanting a new goalkeeper. And he said that I guess Mikel Arteta has had enough of Ramsdale. So that literally shows you that someone is speaking from a pure point of frustration. He's speaking because they are frustrated with Aaron Ramsdale. Eduardo Hagen has also said that I love Aaron Ramsdale, but he has become too comfortable, way too comfortable in the number one spot at Arsenal. Raya is a higher caliber goalkeeper, and I don't think he would be coming in as number two. I very well remember when everyone thought we were buying Ramsdale to back up Leno. Look at how it actually turned out. So I've picked these two comments not because they're the most influential, but they actually bring out the general feeling of the fan base about Ramsdale. So people do love Ramsdale. I love Ramsdale. I believe in him. I love Arsenal players that celebrate the Arsenal. I love players that understand the importance, the value of being at the club. And that is what Aaron Ramsdale does. Ramsdale celebrates every Arsenal goal, and Ramsdale is such a very, very passionate, enthusiastic player at Arsenal. Like, he's one of those people who don't want to concede. He's one of those players that just don't want to be in the wrong. So he works so hard to make sure that we don't concede, and he also works so hard to make sure that we win footballing games. And although I have highlighted so many moments where he made mistakes, I can also highlight as many instances where Aaron Ramsdale guaranteed Arsenal 3 points or a point. He had a masterclass against Leeds United away in that game where we won 1-0. He had a masterclass against Bournemouth, the game that we eventually won 3-2. He had a masterclass, saving a 1v1 with Dango Otara that should have been in the back of the net. He had a masterclass in that Liverpool 2-2 draw. Even if he made a mistake, I think if it wasn't for Ramsdale, we couldn't actually get a point. He had a masterclass against Tottenham Hotspur in the second leg where he made unbelievable saves and we were able to win the game. So we are talking about a goalkeeper who's got a very heavy good side and a very heavy weak side. So you're gonna have to depend to decide where you fall. Do you sympathize with him, or do you actually go, Arsenal now have to be ruthless? So if we are to compare him with David Raya, and this is where the problems are for Aaron Ramsdale. If we were to compare him with David Raya, these are the key areas for the two goalkeepers. Both of them played 38 games last campaign. Therefore, they played the same number of minutes, which was around 1,000, I think 400 minutes. Okay, so same number of minutes, same number of games. Very influential goalkeepers for their sides. Ramsdale, championing Arsenal to that second spot, and David Raya championing Brentford to have a very, very good season. But when you look at most of these analytics, actually, Ramsdale is only better in 4 analytics. That is his passing accuracy, which is at 63%. He's also better at clearances, clean sheets, 14. Raya had 12, so 2 more. And goals conceded, he conceded only 43, and Raya conceded 46. So the rest of the analytics, David Raya is better. He has a better saving percentage. He has more saves, than Ramsdale. He has more passes, more short passes completed. He has more long passes attempted and completed, and he has more passes in general attempted and completed. So let's dive into Ramsdale as a player before we bring into David Raya into the conversation. All right. Ramsdale is a young goalkeeper, and Arsenal invested a lot of money to bring him at the Emirates Stadium. That was up to 40 million euros to bring him at the Emirates Stadium. So that shows you that the scouting really believed in him. Mikel, Edu, and whoever scouted him really believed in him. However, we don't have to forget that Ramsdale was not Arsenal's number one choice. Arsenal's number one choice was David Raya, and Brentford in 2020 summer, they decided not to sell. Our second choice was Andre Onana, who had problems definitely by the time, and therefore Arsenal decided not to sign him, and we went with Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale has just signed a new deal, 4 years, doubling his wages. So it means that Arsenal are okay with him, and Arsenal love him, and Arsenal trust him. So because if we didn't trust him, and if we thought that he's eventually gonna leave, what we would have done is bring in David Raya, extend Aaron Ramsdale's contract, but don't put him on high wages. Because when you put him on high wages, when you double his wages, it literally means that it makes it harder for you to sell him to any potential club that would actually want him. So the fact that we've renewed his contract, the fact that we've doubled his wages, the fact that Arsenal still view him as number one, it shows that there is a lot of confidence and there is a lot of trust between the two parties. Let's start off with the strong side. So his strong side is saves. He really makes very good saves. But one of the things I like about Aaron Ramsdale are those long balls. To find Martinelli, to find Saka, and he always provides us with another way out, especially when we've been cornered in, right? Whenever we can play those short passes, Ramsdale offers us a way out. But then there is a question to be had, and there is a discussion to be had. Is he playing very little short passes? Is he not aiding us in the way we build out from the back, like a player like David Raya would, like a player like Onana would, like a player like Alisson would? So there is a question to be had. Top class goalkeeper, but is he aiding Arsenal into that system, into that style of play that we actually want to play? In my opinion, he's good, but he's lacking in that area. And I think because he's a young goalkeeper, Mikel Arteta certainly believes that he can be improved. We can improve on his game. Now, I don't agree with Mark Goldbridge that he's not a modern goalkeeper. He might not be Alisson. He might not be Onana. He might not be Ederson. That doesn't make him a non-modern goalkeeper. That doesn't make him a traditional goalkeeper. Because I'm not good as Ederson and Alisson doesn't mean that I'm not a good goalkeeper, a good modern goalkeeper. I'm just not good to the levels of those two or three. And is every goalkeeper going to be as good on the ball as Alisson and Ederson? No. Thibaut Courtois, the best goalkeeper in the world, is certainly nowhere near Alisson and Ederson in ball playing abilities. And it's actually, Thibaut Courtois is nowhere near Aaron Ramsdale as well. So I don't agree with Mark Goldbridge that Ramsdale is not a modern ball playing goalkeeper, a modern goalkeeper. I don't agree with that. I also don't agree with Wojciech Szczesny, but with Robin van Persie, that Ramsdale is not at the level that would actually allow Arsenal to win the Premier League. I disagree. Like, we've seen shit goalkeepers win the Premier League and win titles like every now and then. Like Victor Valdez. Victor Valdez in that Barcelona side. Don't get me wrong. Like, huge ball player. But his weaknesses were everybody could see. Everyone could see through Victor Valdez's weakness. But how many Champions League? 3? How many La Liga titles? So I don't think Arsenal would fight to win the trophy, and our setback would be Ramsdale. I don't think he is as bad. However, according to what I've received from the Arsenal Daily Chat in the group, Ramsdale has got to work on a few things. Ramsdale has got to work on a couple of things. The first thing he's got to work on is that confidence a good goalkeeper brings to his fan base. You know, when Arsenal had James Lehmann, maybe David Seaman, you could feel you had a very good goalkeeper. Since James Lehmann, Arsenal have not had a real good goalkeeper where you feel like we are unbeatable. So I think that is what Ramsdale lacks. He can make the spectacular saves, but he doesn't give you that security you want as a fan base. He doesn't give you that security that you don't concede any kind of goals. For example, the Manchester City game, second leg, that Kevin De Bruyne goal, the one that, De Bruyne just shoots on target, out, from a very long range. You can't concede that. You really cannot concede that. So I agree. We need a backup. We need competition. But I don't think Ramsdale needs to be dropped from the Arsenal starting 11. I just don't agree. But he needs to work on his game, especially this season, because it's time for us to be ruthless. Mikel is under immense pressure. He's one of the managers in Europe that have been told, you win or you have no excuse. You wanted players, you have them. You wanted players that are well remunerated, you have them. You have a squad of more than what you need. So you either win or you have nothing to, you have nothing to say. So if Arsenal decide to go ruthless and replace a player like Thomas Partey with Declan Rice, no one is safe. Absolutely no one is safe. But still, I'll back Ramsdale. I'll back Rami. I say, for now, keep him in the goal until he can't be there anymore. Yeah, that's it.